Hi, everyone. Well, if you're a woman over 60, you will understand this conversation and the subtlety of the comments that I'm going to make because it's a very interesting conversation. Basically, what I want to talk about is confidence as you get older, and especially confidence in your health as you age. Now, we all know that we, as 60, 70-year-old women, we've had lots of life experience. So we really do have, a good wealth of knowledge about things that can happen, and we are always prepared, and we're quite resilient and strong. I mean, that's one of the qualities I think that we gain as we get a little bit older. And, so it helps us. So we know how to deal with situations. But I think that one thing that does change and reduce, it becomes more challenging as we get older, is that we lose our confidence in ourselves as having some value, as having things to share with the world. We just feel like we're not as equipped. And even though we've got this wealth of knowledge and information and life experience, I think we start to feel like we're just not sure that we're adding any value, or that we're just lacking confidence in getting out there, doing new things. I mean, you can go through the whole list of things. But building confidence as you get older is a challenge, and it's something that we can work on and overcome with the help of our friends and the help of our communities like this one at 60andme. But there's one area I think that we struggle with, and that is health. And the reason for that is it's personal. We wake up in the morning and we've got a sore back, or we've got, something that we immediately wake up with a problem on our minds and with something that we need to solve, and something that is important to us. And especially as we get older, our health does decline. I mean, or it can decline. It doesn't have to, but I mean, in most people, there are things that happen that, that indicate we're getting a little older. I mean, our muscles do, statistically, we can do the research, and they do get reduced. And as you get older, it starts when you're in your 20s or 30s, and it's not just a 60-year-old thing. But we can see it in the way that we live our lives. We can do less. I mean, walking 10,000 steps used to be like no big deal. You just go out and do stuff, and you'd walk for hours, and you'd be fine. But now you notice that you're getting a little tireder, that we need to sit down a bit more, that you're a little dependent on others to do things for you, like on a plane when you used to lift your suitcase up there and no problems. Now it's like, would you mind helping me? Is that okay? Or waiting for some kind person to come along and help you. And, it's just really the confidence level just sinks because there's a reality about it. So the point here that Brittany Dennis is one of our bloggers that she's making here with this article is that, this cycle of decline is not inevitable, and we don't have to surrender to it, because we can start doing one thing to gain confidence, and that is to be aware. We can actually start to be aware of our bodies. And once you start to, pay attention to your body and to what the aches and the pains and the little subtleties of performance, that you can't do things anymore, or you have a challenge with something, you can actually, educate yourself about your body. She calls it physical literacy. And I think that's a really cool topic. Where do you start? Well, she goes through in her article, and I'll put a link to this article below because it's quite interesting, that basically there are some things that you should be able to do, in quotes, as you get older, that just are, a sign that if you're having challenges with these things, that you need to take some action to either lose weight, or, get stronger, or do more walking, or just adjust your lifestyle to whatever your mobility issue is. And I'm not saying that there's not real mobility issues here that people have to deal with. I know that's not true, that you are out there. And I'm not, it's hard, and we've done many, many articles on things you can do, to sort of, if you have a mobility concern. But she says, first of all, you should be able to hold a deep squat. Kneel down, like bend down from the knees. You should be able to stand on one leg. Now, when I say should, I'm just saying these are the things that are like, sort of, if you have a challenge with these things, then maybe this is time to start to be aware. This is the physical literacy that she's talking about. Know your body. The third thing is you should be able to raise your hands overhead. So without the ability to perform these three basic activities, then we can't, in her opinion, and I think we all would agree, you can't enjoy the world to its fullest. You have to modify your activities or modify your behavior. And not only do we lose our physical strength, but we also can lose our mental strength and stop giving our brain the stimulation that it needs to be strong and healthy. And also the diet. I mean, this is all super important. I was just I think there's been several instances recently, people that have been hurt falling falling. Falls are, I think, one of the number one reasons for serious illness and death in older people. Falling is important, to know what your limitations are and to be careful, to be sensitive. I mean, I've told this story once before, I think on video, but it's a private thing to me. But it's basically when I started 60andMe, it began because I fell. I was in Paris and I fell on cobblestones and I hurt myself pretty badly, and spent all the next week, I was going on a Christmas holiday, in bed, recovering, and decided, this is because I was not respecting my physical limitation. And so I started 60andMe, and it's honestly how it started. It was like, is there anybody else out there who is 60, I was 64 years old, who is not feeling like their body is as strong as it should be? They're not paying attention to their body. They don't have that physical literacy. So one thing that Brittany talks about is this whole thing of mindfulness. Just taking the time, like I did that week in bed, that week of just thinking, what are the basic set of skills that I need to get on with the life that I want to do? I want to travel. I want to be able to get on a train, a bus, a plane, and go somewhere. I do not want to be limited physically from doing the things that I love. And also is the mind-body connection. It's the sense that you are, when you're strengthening your body, you're also strengthening your mind. And if you take the time to listen to your body, scan it, like just know what do you notice? I mean, do you notice any unusual, spots or anything on your face or your breasts? Of course, do you do breast checks? Do you have regular checkups with the doctor just to check your blood level? A lot of people are dealing with diabetes or pre-diabetic conditions, insulin challenges, and these are all things that if you get in a cycle, they're going to keep staying with you in a chronic way. I mean, very, very few people in their 70s and 80s don't have one or two chronic illnesses that are being managed by some kind of medicine. Not always. I'm not saying that's always the case. There are some people that are just perfectly healthy, and they just live for a long time and a healthy life. But most people do deal with challenges. It's part of our lifestyles and the things we've eaten over the years, the exercise, all that stuff. But the point here is that if you have a body awareness, you know your body, you notice something unusual, you get it checked out, that's going to give you more opportunity to get well, to get the right medicines, to get the right exercise, whatever you need, the right foods, nutrition, and then you can actually live that full, active, happy life that you want to do. So what can you do you think, to be conscious about your body? Well, you can meditate. You can just simply 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, just sit and go through your body. Where are you? Can you do that squat? Can you do the lift arms over the head? Can you stand on one leg? Can you put your socks on without leaning on something? I can't do that, actually. I tell the truth. I always have to sit. But anyway, can you recognize these subtle signs that are indicators that you may be needing to do something with your food, your activity, your exercise or lifestyle? Just get conscious of your body, get some physical literacy. You're the only one that knows whether your throat feels okay or your head. I mean, someone can see, a mark, or they can see something that, oh, what's that? But in your head where your weaknesses and your strengths are. That's your job. So tell us what your experiences you can share about being mindful of your body. How did you have a scare or something happen to you that or diagnosis even that changed your literacy about your body and awareness about that mind and body connection? It's really fascinating. Anyway, stay well and healthy. This is the most important thing. I mean, I know this has been a very, very challenging 3 years, and it's not over yet. I know so many people that are dealing with COVID right now, and this is 3 years in. So it's not a straight road ahead yet. We're still on the journey. So take really good care of yourself. Stay strong and safe. If you like this video, please share it and at least give it a like, because that gives the opportunity for it to be shared by YouTube. And also check us out on TikTok, Instagram, where else? And Facebook, of course. We're in lots of places now. 60andMe is everywhere for you. Take really good care, everyone. Have a super day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.